Hello everyone, Wave here. Today we're gonna check out this video made by Osberg501, and he made a Lost Ark video about the massive player count in Asia right now, specifically Korea, and let's just check it out. I'm gonna pause for a bit, I'm gonna talk about something, and yeah, let's go.
This is Osberg501, and today I want to go over some new information for Lost Ark that I found pretty interesting and that I think bodes very well for Lost Ark as a whole. And
so wait, we don't have a release right now for the Western market, so it comes out on December, I think, for the West, and in Korea it's already
for the Western release of Lost Ark, which is probably going to be the main game I focus on this channel once it's released. This new information was that Lost Ark was able to surpass over 240,000 concurrent players. And this was only in the Korean region. So that is absolutely massive. That is only one section of the Lost Ark player base, because it has been published for a long time in other regions outside of...
Okay, wait a second. So they built up this number. It wasn't like a burst of people who just started out the game. It's something they built up over time, and that means something. That means they did something right.
Korea. And keep in mind, this is concurrent users. This is how many people would be on at the exact same time. That is a ridiculous amount of people.
Accounts,
that would most likely mean that the game has over 1 million active players, which is pretty crazy, because remember, I went over a video when Lost Ark was first announced to be releasing in the West, that Lost Ark was already the most popular MMO in Korea, which it still is. It's still one of the most popular games in Korea as a whole. I think it was at number 6. That could possibly be higher now, and it's still growing and getting ridiculous numbers, and only from one region. And usually when you would be hearing about concurrent user numbers, especially here in the West, it would usually be from something like Steam, which more often than not is going to be global versions of games. So comparing this to, say, the recent New World beta, which was all of the regions possible to play in that beta, New World got 200,000 concurrent players in that beta, and this is 240,000 from one region.
Wait, just Korea beat the entirety popularity of New World in just Korea. That's insane.
Kind of helps to show the popularity of this game. And I don't think the Western version is going to get this popular. That would be a pretty incredible feat. I do think this, combined with the information we saw for the technical alpha of Lost Ark, it bodes extremely well for the game as a whole, and how quick you could expect content to be released in the game. And if you guys never saw the information about that or didn't watch my video on it, during a short technical alpha test for the Western version of Lost Ark, that test was able to get around 16,000 concurrent players in it, which was mostly paid for, because if you paid for any of the founder packs, you got an invite to the alpha. And people were able to also write reviews on Steam of the alpha, which garnered a 97% positive rating for over 1,000 reviews. So even the Western release, or a Western alpha of Lost Ark, was pretty successful in its own right. And the main reason I want to talk about this is because I've followed MMOs for years. I played MMOs for a majority of my life, and throughout that time there have been dozens and dozens of MMOs that have come out. And
he just killed some Space Marines. What was that? They pretty much look like Space Marines.
That Chaos Marines, man. Come out and died, so they pretty much lost majority or all of their support, and either were kept in a maintenance mode or completely shut down.
Yeah, this was basically every MMORPG since 2012 or something like that, like Terra. I don't know the names of the different ones, but like Asta, it was one. I played that too, max level, and then it died after 2 months or 1 month. And then he just shut down. That was the life cycle. These were all cash grabs, most of them, but some of them were pretty nice, and yeah, sadly died.
which I think is a pretty big fear for a lot of MMO players now, because people have gotten so used to MMOs coming out and just being shut down or not having many content updates after because they weren't successful enough and support was dropped. So I think having this much information on a new MMO coming out that pretty much guarantees this game will continue to get a massive amount of developer support.
So what I think of it, when I'm gonna buy it, I'm definitely gonna buy it, but for me this seems like a filler game which you can play through your time till the next great thing will come out. And yeah, I think this will definitely be decent. I saw already some Korean gameplay and couldn't understand anything, but yeah, it looked nice and it's definitely good content.
Support can definitely bode well for more people trying out the game and being excited about playing a game that won't be dropped anytime soon. And I'll link the article that talks about this in the description. It is a Korean article, so you have to translate it to English. But in this article, they talk about the reason for the increase in players, and it is pretty much directly due to the game releasing really well-received content updates. And this new concurrent user...
Imagine if you just release a game with updates after that and still work on the game and push out more updates. It's insane. Like, imagine just making a game and let it die, like 90% of all developers do right now.
High is also directly related to the release of the Sorceress class, which happened only a few days before they got the 240,000 concurrent users, which is one of the new classes for Lost Ark that is a much more archetypal mage you'd expect, especially if you're used to more Western versions of a mage, using all the different elements, big meteors dropping from the sky.
Looks like the mobile ads.
And it also talks about a bunch of the other content updates that have happened this year and are still coming, which I think is also very exciting, because a game that's 3 years into its lifespan in this region, continuing to grow directly due to it getting better and better, doesn't actually happen that much in gaming anymore, and hasn't really happened too much in its past, especially for MMOs. There's only a few MMOs that have come out and years down the line have continued to grow in players like this, and some of the main ones being Final Fantasy right now and World of Warcraft when it hit its peak in play.
So what I heard was that it has some monetization problems, but that's something you need to check out for yourself. I hope it's not bad, because you need to pay for the game, like $40, and I hope it's
players in Wrath of the Lich King, which was its second expansion and years away from its initial launch. So being in the same league as Final Fantasy XIV right now and World of Warcraft in Wrath of the Lich King, you're clearly doing something right. So that's pretty much all I wanted to go over. Like I said, I mainly wanted to go over this just because I think this helps reassure that this game is going to continue to have support, so you don't have to be as scared of a new MMO coming out that you want to play and keep playing for years down the road, and then all support being dropped because it's not successful enough. And this also very much shows that the content they're adding into the game is being very well received. So subscribe if you want to see more Lost Ark, or
we just completely agree with him. So it's basically do successful updates and the game will be great. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. And
other videos, leave a like if you like the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about Lost Ark in general, and thanks for watching.
Damn. Yeah. Also from me, thanks for watching. I just reacted to this piece and it was well made. He talked over it and gave his opinion. I gave mine. That's how reaction should be. So just shouldn't sit right here and oh cool, oh my god, okay, you should talk a bit more and give your own opinion about it. This is what reaction should be supposed to be. And yeah, thanks for watching.